Hi friends, welcome. Today I have a really exciting video for you guys. Today I'm going to share with you how you can pull together some really simple and easy last minute DIY gifts that you can give away. So thank you for joining me, and I can't wait to share this fun video with you. I really had so much fun putting this all together. So my goal is to use things that I've thrifted or things that I've had on hand or just simple things to really elevate your gift. So I used to make these ornaments all the time, the cinnamon applesauce ornaments. They make your house smell amazing. I've made them as ornaments, but this time instead of making as ornaments, I just made them as little things that I can tuck in to different items. So I'm going to share with you this recipe that I use. It's just basically, now this is a small batch, so it's basically a half a cup of cinnamon and a half a cup of applesauce, and then you just add a little bit of glue. Now I don't really measure. I think it is like a half a tablespoon of glue. I just kind of dump some in there. You really want this to be more like a dough. So you can see when I mix this up, it's kind of wet. So I'm going to go ahead and actually add this whole container of cinnamon inside, but it's just something that you kind of have to gauge yourself. I will list a recipe below for you guys that you can use. Again, I really just don't follow so much of a recipe. But it's super easy to make, and it always turns out perfect. So you just want to stir it up until it comes together. It's not real sticky. If it is real sticky, just add more cinnamon. If it needs a little more moisture, add a little bit more applesauce. The glue just really helps keeps it together. And friends, all you're going to do is just roll this out once you get it all put together, and then we're going to bake them for just a few hours in the oven on a really low temperature. So after I cut these out, the edges are so jagged and I just don't like that. So I was trying to take a toothpick to kind of smooth that out. But I still have some jagged edges on these, as you'll see once they've dried. And so I'm just going to take like a little nail file, and I'm just going to file some of it away really gently. Now if that doesn't bother you, just skip this step. But to me, the little details matter. So I just sanded off, the sharp edges so that it was more clean, and then we're going to paint these. And so when we paint them, I'm not painting them with full coverage. I kind of want that cinnamon to show through. So this cookie cutter for the Santa is amazing. It's one that I found at an antique store. It's one that I've wanted to order many times, and it's usually sold out. But I will have this cookie cutter linked for you guys. It is just the cutest cookie cutter, but you can really use whatever you had. I use Santa and gingerbread because that's really what I want to use to add to some of my gifts. So let me share with you how this turns out. I think these turned out so adorable. Now, if you want them to be ornaments or you want them to hang, you'll need to put a little hole in them before you bake them, which I didn't do that. I just wanted to tuck them in different things. I also made some gingerbread. I used some buttons on this one with just some ribbon. I did paint the little squiggle lines on some of them. These I made a boy and a girl. It was just so much fun to put this together. And as you can see, I like to tuck these in different things like my Santa mugs. So having these little things really don't cost much, and they really elevate your look at Christmas, and they also make amazing gifts. So I have these two little gingerbread little mugs that I got from Hobby Lobby. They're really tiny ones. And these will make perfect gifts to give. You can actually gift this with a gift, or you could possibly just display them in your home or in your kitchen or wherever. But I think these turned out adorable. And let me just share with you how they look. It really is so simple, and it just, I think, makes the most adorable display. Again, if you have a gingerbread theme, you could always add this to your home, or you could always gift these as gifts because they are precious. You could put them in a little cellophane bag, tie them with a cute ribbon, and they would be good to go. But here's the Santa. I love him. So now let's make a little gifty gift using Santa. So I thrifted this cup. It is a mud pie cup, and I think it is adorable. I love the tartan plaid, and so I thought it would make a really sweet gift. Now you could always get a bag of, hot cocoa, but I got some apple cider, and I just put it in a container, tied it with a cute bow. I'm going to stick it inside, and again, I'm just going to add some greenery and different things. I'm sorry I didn't have the camera setting exactly where it needed to be when I was filming this, so I apologize. But I'm just tucking in some fresh greens, a candy cane, and then I'm going to add in those adorable Santas. So really, you can just customize this however you choose, but I thought it was just amazing. Of course, everything always looks better if you add just a little touch of vintage. So, and of course, you can always tuck in a gift card. But I just think this is such a sweet gift to give a neighbor, a teacher, a friend, a coworker, just somebody that, you don't want to spend a lot of money. It's personable, it's adorable, and who wouldn't like to have one of those mugs? And again, with this amazing cinnamon little ornament, it's just such a gift that I would love to get myself. So for this gift idea, I've had this idea for a long time, and so I finally decided to put it together. Now, if I was giving this as a gift, you can thrift these frames. These are always things that you can look for throughout the year, so you'll have items to give away. But these are just some frames. I'm making these for myself, but they would be perfect gifts. But to make a silhouette, I just drew a silhouette of a snowman because I want to use these in my winter decorating. So I did 2 of them, and as you can see, I drew on one side, and all I'm going to do is just cut these out, and then I'm going to just flip them over so that none of my drawing will show. So it's so easy. You just get you a pair of really sharp little scissors, and you're just going to cut them out. And once you get them cut out, I wanted the background to be an old book page, and so I just took the round that I cut out to fit the back of my frame. I'm going to cut out this piece of paper. I'm going to glue the paper to the cardstock, and once I get that in place, I'm just going to add the silhouette. Y'all, aren't these so adorable? And they were so easy to make. I just love these so much. I can't wait to display these in my home for winter. But you know, I just think they're so pretty. And again, this would make a perfect gift. Now, let's go ahead and put this together as if I was giving it away as a gift. I think the perfect container is, of course, something old. And all I'm going to do is just add some styrofoam, and then I would add some paper shred that I've made myself. Stick that in there. We're going to add some greenery, the frames. And as you can see also, I also have some snowman bath bombs. And so I'm going to tuck one of those in as well. But y'all, this would make a perfect gift. And it was something that I would truly love. So again, these are just simple ideas that you can give away that are thoughtful and meaningful. And if there's a vintage lover in your family, I'm sure they would love something like this. So I found this cutting board. I got it actually last year after Christmas on sale, and I thought it would make a perfect gift. So I have these cute little towels, and I'm going to just make a really cute little gift with this. So I was looking at this one and I was thinking, it would be nice if it had a little pocket so I could stick some things inside. So let's fold this towel to make a pocket. So once I have all this in place, I'm just going to tie it with some ribbon, and then I'm going to take that pocket that's in place and we're going to add just a few little extra special touches. So I've got some fresh greenery from my tree. I'm going to tuck a couple of sprigs in there because, it smells good, it's beautiful, and it adds just the right touch. And then I have a vintage tree cookie cutter, which goes perfect with this towel. And so I thought it would be so pretty tucked inside along with a couple of dried orange slices. And friends, that's it. It really is that simple, and it makes such an elevated gift that anybody would love. So if you love candles like I do, I love getting candles. So I was thinking, well, if I was going to give this to someone, how can I elevate this look? So I've got these little candle rings, or I think they're actually napkin holders or napkin rings. And I'm just going to add one to the bottom. It kind of makes it look like a wreath. I've got some velvet ribbon. We're going to tie it up with that. And again, the last touch is just adding something special. And I happen to have this bell cookie cutter. And why not add that to the top with maybe some berries? I think that is such a pretty look. I hope that this video is giving y'all some ideas, because really I wanted to share with you that as you're thrifting throughout the year, if you'll be thinking about things that maybe you don't need, but things that would make a really sweet and personable gift that doesn't cost a lot of money. And a lot of these things are things I have thrifted, and they're not things that I'm ashamed to give away. They're actually beautiful things that I'm excited to share with some of my friends. So I think this candle is perfect, and to make it look even better, this sweet little cookie cutter is going to do the trick. So the last gift idea I have is this little cookie idea. Now this was something that I thrifted. Now I even thrifted this really pretty ironstone little saucer, and all I did was add some cookies to it. This is a small plate, so I just added a few cookies. I really didn't have very many. So we're just going to do that. And to give it as a gift, just tie it with a beautiful ribbon. I added some greenery. And again, I have this candy cane that I got at the antique store with this other little piece of holly. I just think it is perfect. All you have to do is just give this to someone special. And, I've just hoped that this will really spark your imagination to just use simple things that you have. It doesn't cost a lot of money to give a gift. It's really not about what it cost, it's about your heart and your thoughtfulness to share something special with those that you care about. And so hopefully this will inspire y'all. I had so much fun putting this together, and I can't wait to give some of these gifts away to my friends. But guys, thank you so much for joining me here today. I appreciate y'all so very much. You'll have to leave me a comment and let me know which idea that you liked best. And friends, again, before I go, I just want to share this beautiful Bible verse with you. Friends, I'd like to also ask if you would please say a prayer for Andrew. He is JoAnn's son at the Curated Home. Please pray for him that he has cancer, and we're believing God for his healing. And I'd like to also ask you if you'd please pray for Easton. He has been sick. Okay, friends, let me share this verse with you. The Lord is the one who goes ahead of you. He will be with you. He will not fail you or forsake you. Do not fear or be dismayed. Deuteronomy 31:8. Friends, God is always with us. No matter what we're facing, no matter what we're going through, just know that God loves you. He has his arms wrapped around you. And whatever your need is, call on his name. Friends, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you. And we just want to wish each of you a Merry Christmas. I hope you'll come back next week. I'm going to share with you some wonderful vintage footage from some of my friends, and I know y'all absolutely love it. Bye, y'all.